Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, London. How y'all doing today? In today's video, we got something sneaky's going on around here, especially with Drake and DJ Academics, man. So I'm gonna let Fantastic Hip Hop explain it, cause I cannot, cause I don't have time to really research all the stuff. I just been seeing a lot of things on Twitter and all the little antics him and DJ Academics have been coming up with lately, and I really don't have time to really look into it. I work, so you know, that's just not my thing. Anyways, let's get into it. Also, in the last video, a lot of people were really upset with me about my Rayvon reaction. I don't know what I did wrong in that one, but if you didn't like it, that's on you. So, cause I'm gonna say what I say anyway. I'm gonna do what I do. Anyways, other than that, let's get into it.
To Drake. Well, things have already been terrible for him, and it seems like it just couldn't get any worse, even for his abysmal standards. What we have just found out about him is really reaching an entire new low, because both from the mentality we are seeing closer than ever that is destroying his entire career, to the lies Drake has been working so hard to try and cover up the truth with, as he doesn't want us to know what's actually going on behind the scenes. Altogether, Drake is just speeding up the end of his career even more, because between everything we just found out, and how he's handled the world discovering his pathetic truth. When we look at the entirety of Drake's downfall, his obsession with lying...
Let me just say, Fantastic Hip Hop does not fuck with Drake. He is a Kendrick stan. A Kendrick stan to the utmost. It's kind of... It's getting a little weird now, but let's just say... Rightfully so, Drake should be getting all the flack he's been getting lately. So, I'm not too mad at it. But at the same time, Fantastic Hip Hop, he goes kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious, but, you know, it is a little serious considering what Drake was trying to do to the whole Spotify UMG lawsuit type of thing. That I can understand. But Fantastic Hip Hop, he be going in. He be going in.
And what just got exposed is really going to remind everyone why his career is really over. And now before we get any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Drake,
Fantastic
after
Hip
the
Hop
release of his new freestyle, which with all of the backlash it got, from every bar to every diss that was just laughed at to the ground, did not seem like it could get any worse. Somehow between dissing LeBron and then trying to respond back to Kendrick's genre-altering diss track Meet the Grams all the way now in January, these decisions to continue on this beef and continue to try and defend his image and change the reality of what happened is only...
All he has to do is just let it go. Make your music. I've been saying this for the past 2 months. Let it go. You lost. Just make your music. That's it. That's what you gotta do.
They made everything even
worse
for because first off, when it comes to his current situation with LeBron, while people have tried to make Drake's beef with LeBron seem like LeBron is the one in the wrong and Drake is the one who's the victim, we have now seen more than ever why LeBron chose Kendrick over Drake, and why he is now distancing himself so far from the guy who has just been losing it. Because in a leaked DM that surfaced from Drake, he didn't just showcase his own delusion about the current perception of his career, but he also showcased the mentality that has made him so bitter towards everyone he has been beefing with, including LeBron, because after bringing Pusha T's wife into things in the past, and of course that went horribly.
Very horribly. Also, I've never seen these DMs, by the way, so I'm gonna have to look that up later. I don't want to do it in the middle of this video because it's just gonna ruin all my momentum right now because I'm running on fumes.
And then after bringing Kendrick's fiance into the center of their beef, which ultimately made Kendrick go in the direction with his disses that ended up ruining everything for Drake, Drake once again has brought somebody's family into their beef by when talking about the situation he is currently in with his label and against Not Like Us as a record. Out of all the ways he could have tried to talk about how he is interpreting this situation and what it all means, he said it was like if Nike ran a campaign...
Okay, here we go. I mean, I don't know. No details, fam. I just... I hate that. I just showing you outside perception. I think there's better ways to go about it, in my opinion. It is my opinion, okay? Being universal is like if Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife, not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company, has been with since he started. My situation is not no street shit. Okay, I have seen something about LeBron cheating on his wife. I have seen that. I don't know if that's Drake's doing, but maybe it is. I have no clue. I have not been keeping up like that.
Campaign about LeBron
I have
cheating
seen that,
on
though.
his wife Savannah. Which,
Okay.
before we go any
Yeah, I think it was what was Yes Jules. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what I saw.
further, this statement may really be the most delusional thing to ever come from Drake, because with this analogy, for Drake to feel this betrayed by them and then reach this conclusion, it really just throws all forms of logic out the door.
Yeah.
And again, before even diving into how Drake is trying to compare his situation to this ridiculous analogy, is he forgetting that him and Kendrick are on the same label in the first place, and is he just not expecting them to work in their other signees' best interest because of his feelings? Because while the very basic concept of Kendrick and Drake releasing big diss songs and then the label pushing which one the people naturally responded to makes sense to all of us, I think for Drake to understand this, we need to go back to his Nike analogy, and instead of the pathetic narrative he is spewing about LeBron and his wife, what it really would be like is if Kobe and LeBron, who were both Nike athletes, actually played in the NBA Finals during their careers, and after Kobe and the Lakers didn't just win, but LeBron underperformed. Nike then made more shoes, ads, and campaigns that pushed and promoted the champion Kobe and his side of the brand, as opposed to LeBron, who the hype was just not as strong for because of his loss. I mean, it's really as simple as something like that, as opposed to Drake acting like a company made a personal smear campaign against him because they don't like the guy who in the past they have had every streaming platform push his music more than they have
Which
with
is
any other
fucking
artist,
crazy.
and who they also gave a LeBron James sized deal, remember that? And again, before we even discuss how Not Like Us just naturally became one of the biggest rap songs of all time,
Drake's very hypocritical on that. He has been getting praised for such a long time, and then when Kendrick comes around, whoops your ass a little bit, puts you in the cage, as seen. You bitch up. I don't know how else to explain it. You bitched up. I don't know what's going on with you. Chill out. Make your music. Let it go. You can get back to the top if you just stop. Just sitting on this whole beef thing. Just let it go. That's all you gotta do.
Drake acting like the success of this song was pre-planned and that if Family Matters did resonate with people, they would have not pushed the record over anything Kendrick did is just a sheer and utter lie. And now what made this situation even worse for Drake from here was that as everyone was making fun of him for these ridiculous comments, Drake seemingly let none other than the guy who has been doing everything to protect his image and has been getting nothing in return, with none other than DJ Academics come out and say that this message circulating was fake and that his source to prove this was Drake directly. Now while Drake fans took this as a victory of some sort because now Drake...
I like DJ Academics because at least he sits on his, he stays on his side, man. You don't switch up. Well, he's kind of flip-flopped since the beef a little bit, but he still stands by Drake. I mean, you got to you got respect it to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Drake at least didn't seem as delusional and pathetic as before. Immediately, the guy whose name is Chris Griffith, who was having this conversation with Drake and who used to be friendly with him in the past, called out both Drake and Ack for trying to spread lies about his word, and then in order to prove his truth, posted an entire screen recording of a whole message thread with Drake's account.
Holy. Wow. See, I didn't know that. I did not know that. He done cropped the whole fucking conversation now. That is wild.
And then in order to prove his truth, posted an entire...
I'm not going to read all this. I can, but it's just going to make the video a lot longer than it needs to be. So I'm going to let Fantastic Hip Hop kind of summarize this whole thing up. Idol's turn around. He's not like us. Goddamn, Chris.
Entire screen recording of a whole message thread with Drake's account where these messages amongst much else was visible. And so now with this, Drake now didn't just look weak from his comments alone, but with the horrible cover-up he tried to do with DJ Academics'
So let it go,
which
boss.
in of itself, if Ack is the guy you were trying to use to help cover up your tracks, just shows how bad of a plan it already is. Because really, there is no one in hip-hop media currently who has less credibility, especially when it comes to defending Drake than him. In the end, both Drake and Ack ended up looking like absolute clowns, because not only was their claim so easily proven to be a sheer and utter lie and the furthest thing from the truth, but now their spiral looks even more strange, because with Drake trying to cover up something he said as being fake, it is showing that on some level, even he is embarrassed to tell the world and have the public see just how much Not Like Us and losing this beef has affected him.
God bless. Can you imagine just using, I don't know what Ack is doing, to be honest. How can you stand, like I said earlier, you can respect it to a certain degree, but this man is disrespecting you over and over again, man. Not answering your DMs, just ignoring you altogether. It's crazy. And then when he needs your help, you're the first one in line to help him. Me personally, I would never do some shit like that. That's just not me. I can't do nothing like that. That's crazy. That is insane.
Because even in a track like his new freestyle, or really any time he has been in front of the mic or in front of an audience on a screen, he has never accepted the reality and truth of what has happened, and he has continued to move forward like he is the winner when we really all know he is not. But now, beyond just this single terrible moment, making this entire situation look even worse than ever for Drake and turning this into a bigger controversy, which is putting his entire credibility on the line, another thing is happening that's changing the way people are looking at him, and it's all due to the weird lyrics and response he had to Meet the Grams on his new freestyle about how his
my dad got another child. I told him that wasn't my sister.
Dad had a daughter and that's not his sister. And seemingly because of this bar, people did some digging on none other than Drake's dad Dennis Graham's accounts. And after scrolling through so many odd posts to say the least, which definitely helped fuel what Kendrick said on a track like Meet the Grams in retrospect, there was a picture from 2014 of someone who looked just like Drake and Dennis called his granddaughter. And as this was posted online and people began to question if Drake's own dad had accidentally revealed Drake's biggest secret years ago, all of a sudden the post was taken down by Dennis Graham. And while there's no further evidence to say if this is really Drake's daughter, and really there's no point of even entertaining that idea now because due to what Drake and his team did, the point still stands. Again, in this era where finding the truth is becoming a rarity, and it's becoming easier for people to show us they are guilty just from trying to cover up their own past. If you were Drake Dennis and his team, after this controversy started and people are trying to find out the truth, why would you take down this picture if it really meant nothing? Because really, after trying to convince us that what we are seeing is not related to Drake, and then following it up by doing something that would make him seem guilty, at the bare minimum, it's just a strange way to respond back to claims that you were trying to make nothing of. And if anybody else did something like this in this time where everybody's past is being examined, as Drake's fans, friends, and team are so desperate to make one person just look almost as bad as him,
Drake fans are scattering and scrambling, looking for anything to hold against Kendrick right now.
If this was anybody else, they would have immediately said something is up. But because the person whose actions are in question are Dennis Graham's, and this narrative would only make Kendrick's win and Drake's downfall even more.
The OVO Defense Force is down bad right now. Down bad. God damn.
Impactful. They are trying to cover this up, and so seemingly with all of this, from Drake continuing to use the same old plays that got his career in the place it's in right now by dragging people's wives into things like we saw with the weird analogy about LeBron and Savannah, to Drake's own past just becoming more confusing as documented history is being erased so that people can't further explore his entire background. Overall, Drake is moving in a way where because of his own failure to cover up his own comments in the first place, we already know he really is a liar and that he doesn't respect the audience's intelligence, because if you knew the person on the other end of those messages could just screen record all of the conversation and then end the dispute like that, you clearly believe that both him and us, the audience, would not be able to gather and
Well, you can just say he's a master manipulator. He was not lying. Was not lying on that.
Interpret basic information. Which really, as even Kendrick Lamar has rapped about how Drake treats the audience, it really should not be a surprise at this point with how much Drake has tried to get away with, and also how many stans are willing to just live in a fantasy world to support his ideas and push the narratives he wants across. But still, seeing how Drake is clearly putting more time into complaining about losing this beef and playing the victim than actually working on new music, as based on the quality of his new freestyle and especially with the writing that is so redundant, at this point for everybody in the know, it is no surprise why Drake is losing so much support and why his career has never been in a worse place, because what really his strategy is now is just to create lies, spread them, and hope that it will ultimately make him look like a victim. Because even with this message about LeBron's personal life and Nike, we are seeing him trying to gain sympathy by using faulty analogies that are trying to change the reality of what happened, and from Drake,
like what Joey said, throwing a lot of shots but ain't shit sticking,
who is getting clowned for all of this, to academics who, after clearly getting played and used by Drake, which we directly see here as Zach was trying to go out and tell a lie for him to make it seem more credible. Really, with everything crumbling, we are seeing that Drake's side of things in hip-hop are reaching a point where, because of their inability to grow and accept anything, they are really detaching themselves from the rest of the rap world, because everything they have been doing and supporting is just leaning into things that rap music and hip-hop were never meant to do. And while people like Drake and Ak have already twisted and manipulated what hip-hop means to gain from it, you only can do this for so long long until everyone recognizes them as part of something completely different. And really, with actions like the ones we are seeing and what's about to come their way, as things are clearly only getting worse, Drake and Ack having a full-on departure from the hip-hop world is only becoming a closer and closer reality. And so now with all of this said, let me know, what do you think of Drake being exposed for so much recently, and what are your thoughts on everything he has been in question under?
My thoughts are he should wow, I can't speak. My thoughts are that he should just let this whole shit go and make your music. It's so simple. I don't know why he keeps trying to backtrack and keep going at Kendrick. Let it go. There's too many things against you right now that's going to bring your downfall quicker. Let it go. I'm sure the internet will forget. It is not that hard. Maybe, well, sometimes. Like 2 or 3 people probably bring it back up and everybody will start talking about it again. But if you just let it go long enough, no one's going to really care. You know? It's not that serious. Anyways, I'm pretty sure this is the end of the video, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, if you do not like my reaction, either dislike it or, just click off the video. You know what I mean? It's not that serious. You don't have to fucking put in the comments that, oh, I talk way too much. Oh, I pause way too much. It gets boring for you. If you don't like it, just leave. Or click the dislike. You can tell me. I'm probably not going to respond to you. I'm probably just going to delete your comment because, I don't really care if you, if you think I pause too much, man. That's what I do. I'm going to do it anyway. Anyways, I see you guys in the next video. Be safe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.